Hi Demuxed, my name is Nicolas Levy and today I'm going to talk about how we build a client-side anti-piracy solution in a week. This story begins on a quiet Monday. A friend who was working in a live sports streaming platform in Bolivia called us saying that he needed some help. Hey, what happened? We asked him, and he told us that they were having troubles with some guys. Yep, those guys. After they launched the platform last Sunday, they were hacked on Roja Directa, Facebook, and Twitch. You know, just with a simple search, you could find the illegal version of the match in any of those platforms. Then he described what I think is the most basic AWS live video workflow. They were using Media Live to create an HLS version of the live stream, an S3 bucket to store the output, and a CloudFront instance as CDN. They also built a backend server and a web application with VideoJS as web player. Anything else, we asked? And I remember that he said, oh yeah, next match is in 5 days. And I have almost no budget. Okay, you are my friend, so let's do this. So we asked ourselves, how can someone steal a video from this platform? First option, getting the video URL. Just right-click on Chrome, press Inspect, and search for the video manifest URL in the code or in the Network tab. After you have the video manifest, you can watch it on VLC, republish the stream, or even share it on a social media post. That was easy. Second option, share the screen. And this option comes in two flavors. You can use some software like OBS to capture the screen and then stream it to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Or you can take your smartphone and start a live stream on any of those social networks. No doubt, this is the easiest way to steal a video. No technical knowledge or skills are needed to do this. What can we do? That day, JP, Ismail, and I met next to a whiteboard and discussed some possible solutions. When we talked about the getting the video URL case, we agreed that we needed to encrypt the content using Common Encryption. Also, we thought about adding DRM, but if you ever added DRM in a video workflow, you probably agree that 5 days might not be enough. So we use encrypted media extension ClearKey as ClearKey exchange method with the video player. As the name of the method suggests, it is a way to send the content key without protection, and all browsers that have encrypted media extensions can use this method. Finally, we talk about key rotation. We assume that no one will copy and paste a key every 10 seconds. Then a pirate will need some programming skills to steal the video. To cover the share screen case, we wanted to be able to show the session ID on the player whenever we want. Also be able to ban users by IP or session ID, and make not so easy to remove the session ID from the screen. Finally, when we talk about the context, we agreed to use AWS Managed Service in order to scale fast, that the code quality was not important, quick and dirty code with hard-coded stuff was fine, and we agreed that we needed to do something easy to integrate with the existing backend. With those ideas in mind, we proposed this timeline. 3 days for development, 1 day for integration and testing, and 1 day as buffer, just in case. Day number 1, coding time. we decided to build a tiny watermarking and encryption system composed of a small backend and a VideoJS plugin that we called anti-piracy plugin. The backend side of the system is responsible of the interface with the video encryptor using content protection information exchange format by the Dash Industry Forum, store the content keys, act as a clear key license server for authorized video players, turn on and off watermarking on all the video players, and be able to ban users using an admin API. The backend has two lambdas. On one end, it interfaces with the transcoder doing the key exchange and storing it into DynamoDB. On the other end, the license and config server provides an admin API to enable and disable the watermarking, ban users, and it also provides a response to the license request done by the VideoJS plugin. The key will rotate once every 10 seconds. This acts as the main clock of the system. After each rotation, the players need to refresh their license to get a new key. In this response, we will update the watermarking settings and deny access to banned users. Then we implement the VideoJS anti-piracy plugin adapted to the previous backend. This plugin can decrypt the video using the encrypted media extensions of the browser. In fact, we built this on top of the VideoJS Contrib encrypted media extension plugin. It also performs license requests using JWT provided by the backend, enables or disables the watermark depending on the license response, and shows the session ID as watermark on the top of the video on random positions. Something like this. When we implemented this watermark, we tried to make it difficult to remove from the DOM by attaching it to the video element and recreating it every time the ID is displayed. And finally, make it difficult to debug thanks to the JavaScript obfuscator tool. This is the source code that a user will see trying to inspect the code. You know, this is just an old school trick, but it's very effective. Also, by enabling the inspection mode detection in the tool, we got this annoying feature without any effort. Debuggers everywhere. Really annoying. Finally, this is an example of how easy it is to integrate this plugin in a web application with VideoJS. Just add the VideoJS anti-piracy plugin, initialize the plugin, and set the configuration with the video URL, the token, and the license server URL. Day number 4. After we built the system, we talked to our friend and gave him clear instructions on how to integrate the system and modify his video workflow. We had to add media package in the video flow and connect it to our backend in order to be able to encrypt the video. It was very important to configure the key rotation. Remember that we said that this is the main clock of the system. Every 10 seconds, all players have to ask for the new key. This is the moment when we enable or disable the watermark in all players, and also this is when we can ban sessions by not sending the new key. Regarding the backend server, when a user wants to watch the video, the backend must create a JWT token with the session ID, sign it with the shared secret, and return it to the user. Finally, on the web application, they only had to add the anti-piracy plugin and configure it with the server's response. This is the final diagram of the solution with the updated video flow, the backend we created, and the video platform. All the pieces marked with the new orange badge are the modifications or pieces that we built. Day number 5. As everything was going very well, we decided to use our buffer day to create an admin site. The idea was to create something very easy to operate, a checkbox to enable or disable the watermarking feature on all players, and a text input to write down the session ID we wanted to ban. With this new admin site, we defined a pirate hunting flow. First, go to Facebook, Twitch, or any other platform, search for the match, and start watching the illegal stream. Then go to the admin tool and turn on the watermarking feature. We will have to wait until we see the session ID and take a screenshot of the player. After that, we have to disable the watermarking to stop bothering other users. Now that we know the session ID, we have to go back to the admin side and ban the session ID. Finally, wait for the next key, 10 seconds, and boom, you killed a pirate. Match day. It was a Sunday around 4 p.m. when we started to operate the tool and found the first pirate on Twitch.
Daniel Franco, él había manifestado, de acuerdo a la necesidad, voy a ver si estoy o no para poder exponerlos a que jueguen en el segundo tiempo. Y lo tuvo que hacer por el resultado que se le da.
¿Qué puta hice? Yeah.
Amazing. Then we found a second one on Facebook.
Falta contra Rafinha. Sí, con una falta contra Rafinha, no contra Rafael. Muy amable, tiro libre. Aquí está para jugar Rafinha. Meter el pelotazo con pie derecho, entiendo. Si la que cobra es la anterior. Sí. Ahí te muestra la amarilla, después la anula la amarilla, ¿no?
Tony. ¿Qué sale eso?
No sé por qué eso.
Es porque se está dando cuenta que ya están transmitiendo.
Ya bueno, 50 ya.
Y todavía ni el segundo tiempo ha dado.
This is how we felt. It was so fun. This is a photo we took that day, while monitoring the system. None of us are big fans of that sport, but without a doubt, that was a game that we will never forget. The only thing we remember is that the anti-pirate team won that day. As results, we had 3,000 legal users. We found and killed 3 illegal streams. One of those had more users than the legal one. And we spent less than $10. This is a question you may have. Is this secure? Well, of course not. The system has more security holes than this piece of cheese. But, this was the best solution we were able to build in just 5 days. It worked better than we expect, and we were able to help our friend. I think that for that reason, we consider this as a success. We did an internal hackathon at Qualabs to see how long it will take a developer to break the tool. We played 2 rounds. In the first round, they had to hack the system as we built it, I remember that they did it in almost 30 minutes. And then we played a second round where each team improved their own system and tried to hack each other. This was really fun. And of course, we finished that night with beers, pizza, and some pull requests to improve the project. Last question you may have. What if we had more time and money? Well, I think these are the three main things we would like to do. Improve the watermark in the player to make it a hidden watermark or a transparent watermark. You know, something that it's there but the user cannot see. Add DRM to the solution and implement server-side watermarking to avoid player dependency. Well, I hope you enjoyed this presentation as much as we had fun creating and operating this solution. You can find this project on GitHub. There is the link. And you can find me on LinkedIn, Slack, or by email. Thanks for watching, and let's answer some questions.